Oh, Серега, что это? Серега, это мертв. Серега. Серега, мертв.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we've got one of the most unbelievable Bigfoot sightings ever caught on camera. This new footage might just be the clearest and most chilling proof yet that something big is out there in the wild. Bigfoot has been spotted all across the northern hemisphere, especially in the Himalayas, the northwestern United States and western Canada, where most of the encounters happen. But this one stands out. It was captured by a group of Chinese tourists visiting a quiet park in Mission, British Columbia. What they caught on video that day shocked everyone, and it's still being talked about to this very moment. Stay tuned, because what you're about to see might just change the way you think about Bigfoot forever.
Sasquatch.
A furry, human-like creature was seen crouching beside a road deep in the woods, appearing to dig into the ground. A group of curious Chinese tourists noticed it and immediately started recording, completely unfazed, almost like they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The video quickly went viral, sparking a heated debate online. Some people insisted it was just a bear, while others were convinced it was a real Sasquatch. Either way, one thing's for sure. Whatever that creature was, it's not something you'd ever want to come face to face with alone in the woods. A Canadian forest ranger recently captured something on camera that's got everyone talking, footage that some believe shows Bigfoot returning from a hunt. The video quickly set the internet on fire, sparking endless debates among fans and skeptics alike. Could this finally be proof that the legendary creature is real, or just another wild coincidence lost in the deep Canadian woods? He managed to capture two large hairy figures moving through the trees. One of them appeared to be holding something small, maybe a bird. What stood out most was their human-like stride, and the fact that they didn't seem to notice they were being filmed at all. The ranger says he hasn't seen them again since that day, but he's hoping for another sighting. So what do you think? Was it a clever prank? Or just one of those eerie tricks the forest loves to play on us? This footage, recorded on July 14, 2019 in the dense western woods of Košice, Slovakia, shows a lone hiker on a 2-day trek. At first, everything seemed peaceful, until he started getting that unsettling feeling that someone, or something, was watching him. Turns out, he wasn't wrong. A deep, menacing growl echoed from somewhere outside, freezing him in place. Panic kicked in and he took off running, heart pounding, breath sharp in the cold air. But just when he thought he'd escaped whatever was out there, he stumbled upon something that left him completely stunned. He froze in shock. A tall, shadowy figure was violently shaking the trees ahead. Its massive size towered over the surrounding brush, moving with a strength no human could match. Overwhelmed with fear, the hiker turned and bolted, his footsteps echoing through the forest. He didn't stop running until he was far from the woods, and he swore he'd never set foot there again. A man started noticing strange footprints and hearing weird noises around his property. Curious and a little freaked out, he decided to call in a cryptid expert to check things out. But when the expert finally showed up, something happened that no one could have predicted, an event that completely changed everything.
We're now in the southwestern corner of the property. Allegedly, this is where the guy said he had the most activity. That remains to be seen. A little spooky, I guess. It's mostly just quiet. Apparently they're building a subdivision over that way. Huh. Oh. What the hell was that? Oh. Something walking. Oh, shh. Okay, all right. Okay.
A massive creature, looking eerily similar to a Sasquatch, was seen moving toward the camera operator. Its glowing red eyes pierced through the darkness, giving the entire scene a terrifying, almost supernatural vibe. Some people believe it was nothing more than a man in a costume or maybe a clever post-production trick. But the truth? Still completely unknown. What do you think really happened in this sighting? Two men headed out into the wilderness for a relaxing camping trip. Everything was going great. The fire was crackling, the night was calm, until they suddenly heard a strange noise echoing through the trees. What happened next completely caught them off guard.
No, they had
primal lightning struck fires.
they held their stogies to the skies,
Yeah.
and waited for Edison. Waited for Edison to strike.
You can just drag a girl to your cave by their hair and fucking breed.
Yep, just like the good old days.
Just like the good old days.
Beer. Oh my goodness. She actually
Wait,
kind of does look like a bear.
Did
What?
you hear something?
I
I
don't know.
just-
No.
When is this blackout? Like your imagination plays tricks on you.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, what the
What?
heck? Hold on.
No.
Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
What? I don't see.
What the fuck?
Wait, what
Uh,
the fuck?
Hey,
Are you
there's
okay?
something. What the fuck? Maroon? Like. Maroon? Like.
A strange figure started moving toward them from the distance. At first it looked like another camper wandering through the woods, but as it got closer, they realized it wasn't human at all. It was something else, something beastly. What happened after that remains a mystery. There were no follow-up reports, no updates, just this one chilling video. Let's just hope those men made it out safely. On April 16, 2020, deep in the snowy forests of Alberta, Canada, a trail camera was set up to monitor wolverine activity. But instead of capturing wildlife footage, it recorded something far more terrifying, something no one was prepared to see. At first, the creature was almost impossible to spot. Its fur blended perfectly with the trees as if it could vanish into the forest at any moment. But when it started to move, the illusion broke. That's when it became clear. This wasn't just some ordinary animal. A camera meant to capture wolverines ended up recording something far more legendary, a creature that left viewers stunned and questioning everything. It makes you wonder, how many times have we walked through the woods completely unaware of what might be watching us, hidden just beyond the trees? On July 20th, 2013, a man hiking through a forest in New Brunswick started hearing strange noises coming from the bushes nearby. Curious, and a little uneasy, he pulled out his camera to check it out. What he captured next left him completely stunned. A cold shiver ran down his spine as he spotted a dark figure standing perfectly still among the trees. He zoomed in, trying to make sense of it, but before he could react, the creature vanished right before his eyes. It didn't run. It didn't fade. It just disappeared. He stood there frozen, wondering if he had really seen it, or if the forest had just played a trick on him. As he replayed the footage later, something even stranger came to light. The figure didn't actually disappear. It turned translucent, almost blending into the air itself. Viewers were stunned, and the video quickly went viral. Some said it was a camera glitch. Others swore it was proof of something supernatural. But no one, not even the experts, could definitively explain what that creature really was. On May 4th, 2013, a man took a weekend trip to Wayne National Forest in Ohio to unwind and enjoy the peace of nature. Everything was calm until he started filming his surroundings and noticed something strange moving in the distance. A massive shadow slid silently through the trees, too large to be a person and moving far too smoothly to be anything he could recognize. It didn't walk. It glided, almost as if it was floating between the trees. Some people believe the shadowy figure in that video could actually be Bigfoot, while others say it's just a person caught from a weird angle. But the question remains, what do you think? Was it really Bigfoot, or something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and stick around as we dive into even more incredible sightings caught on camera. A man set out for a peaceful midday hike, soaking in the warm sun and the calm of nature. But as he walked beneath an old weathered bridge, he came across something completely unexpected, something that would turn his relaxing day into a chilling mystery he'd never forget. At first glance, it's easy to miss. But if you look closely into the shadowy area beneath the bridge, you can just make out the shape of something eerie, a tall, humanoid figure hiding in the darkness, watching silently from below. Evan spotted it almost immediately, and the moment he realized what he was looking at, he bolted. He didn't stop to film, didn't look back, just ran as fast as he could. And honestly, who could blame him? Anyone in his place would have done the exact same thing. While hiking near Duffield, Virginia, a Reddit user came across a strange footprint embedded in a rock. Although they didn't place anything nearby for scale, they estimated it to be around 12 to 14 inches long. The print was oddly shaped, unusually large and sharply defined against the stone's surface. What made it even more puzzling was the fact that there were no other tracks around, just that single, massive impression seemingly carved into the rock itself. In March, a woman living near Redgut Bay, Ontario, noticed something unusual moving through the woods behind her property. The area is remote and quiet, so anything out of the ordinary immediately stands out. She quickly pulled out her phone and started recording. When the footage was later analyzed by the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch team, they stabilized it and made the figure clearer, a tall, dark silhouette with one arm that seemed unusually long. Locals familiar with previous sightings in the region were quick to speculate that it could be Bigfoot. Wanting to avoid attention, the woman chose to stay anonymous. A video shared on Facebook is said to capture a possible Bigfoot encounter during a camping trip in Alaska's boreal forest. In the footage, the person recording stays low and hidden, filming a large, dark figure moving through the distance. The figure appears for only a few seconds before disappearing back into the trees, leaving behind more questions than answers. This clip was captured by a trail camera in Washington State on December 25, 2009. It shows a large, dark figure appearing to kneel near a campsite. Food and snacks had been left out, hoping to attract a Sasquatch. The creature's posture is strange. Its head sits low with no visible neck, and its body looks massive with broad shoulders and a wide back. Unlike a bear, the figure seems to have a human-like build. One especially odd detail stands out: a visible groove running down the middle of its back, dividing the muscles on each side, something you'd never expect to see on a bear. So who or what was sitting beside that picnic table that night? This unsettling video was recorded by Igor, a man living deep in the remote Siberian wilderness of Russia. His cabin, surrounded entirely by dense forest, was no stranger to the usual nighttime sounds. But recently, he began hearing something different: low, guttural growls echoing from the trees nearby. Igor knew the calls of local wildlife well, but these sounds were unlike anything he had ever heard before. On this particular night, the sounds were louder and closer than ever before. Igor grabbed his flashlight and camera, stepping cautiously onto his porch. The forest around him was pitch black, the only light coming from the dim glow of his cabin window. Then, from somewhere beyond the tree line, the growl came again. Deep, rumbling, and disturbingly close. It was unlike any animal he could recognize, and in that moment, Igor realized he might not be alone out there in the frozen Siberian woods. Determined to find where the sounds were coming from, Igor grabbed his night vision camera and stepped out into the darkness. The cold air was still, and every crunch of snow under his boots echoed through the trees. Then, as he panned the camera across the forest, a shape flickered into view, tall, shadowy, and moving slowly between the trunks. What he captured that night would unnerve even the bravest viewer.